Goodness to you, it's Sporty King. And I always say goodness because I don't know whether you're watching morning, afternoon, or evening. But isn't it great to have good in front of your salutation? Welcome to Gift Friday. Gift Friday is something I created because so often we hear TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. But I say, what allure does Friday have to the person that took their last breath on Thursday? Or any day before that for that matter. So I've learned to use what I learned through Psalm 92 and 2. And that is, it is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. Thus, instead of TGIF, I use TGIT. Thank God it's today. And then TGIT. Thank God it's tonight. With that, I add the lesson I learned through Matthew 6 and 34. And that is, so don't worry about for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Thank God it's tonight. Instead, today's trouble is enough for today. Thank God it's today. And I offer first another way of looking at TGIF. Trusting God is free. Trusting God is free. Think about it. What does it cost for you to experience the greatest gift of all every single day? Waking up. It doesn't cost you a dime. And so that still moves us into realizing that when we move the T in TGIF from the front to the back, what we get is GIFT. And we find out what we really must give God thanks for, and that is today. You see, GIFT, giving God is for today. This is Gift Friday. And with this broadcast, I usually share one of my original poetic messages and then tell you how to use it to help start a conversation that could change somebody else's life for the better, including yours. Each poem would then be my gift to you. However, since it's April Fool's Day, I decided to give you a story with a message instead of a poem. If you'd like a copy of the story, when I'm done and you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, you can email me at sporty@sportyking.com and I'll send you a copy of the story. If you're watching on my website or on YouTube, you can just drop that request in the thread and I'll get it to you. Technological note, the reason I say email me is because if you email me, then I will be responding to you, and then that way it'll go through any security that would think that I'm a spam if they don't recognize my name. So again, if you'd like a copy of the story, and I'll repeat that and give you that information toward the end. But today's gift is called 9 Months Later. Jack decided to go skiing with his buddy Don. So they loaded up Jack's minivan and headed north. After driving for a few hours, they got caught in a terrible blizzard. So they pulled into a nearby farm and asked the attractive lady who lived there and answered the door if they could spend the night. I realize it's terrible weather out there, and I have this huge house all to myself, but I'm recently widowed, said the woman. I'm afraid the neighbors will talk if I let you stay in my house. Don't worry, Jack said. We'll be happy to sleep in the barn. And if the weather breaks, we'll be gone at first light. The lady agreed, and the two men found their way to the barn and settled in for the night. Come morning, the weather surely had cleared, and they got on their way. They enjoyed a great weekend of skiing. But about 9 months later, Jack got an unexpected letter from an attorney. It took him a few minutes to figure it out, but he finally determined it was from the attorney of that attractive widow he had met on the ski weekend. He dropped in on his friend Don and asked, Don, do you remember that good-looking widow from the farm we stayed at on our ski trip? our ski holiday up north about 9 months ago. Yeah, Don said, I do remember her. Jack said, did you happen to get up in the middle of the night, go up to the house, and pay her a visit? Yeah, Don said, a little embarrassed about being found out. I have to admit I did. And did you happen to give her my name instead of telling her yours? Don's face turned beet red with embarrassment, and he said, yeah, look, Jack, look, I'm sorry about that, buddy. I'm afraid I did, but why do you ask? Well, Jack said, well, she just died, and she left me everything. Oh, so who was the fool? And here's the lesson in that. To get credit for who you are, you have to be who you are. So even on this first day of April, remember not to be a fool, but to be your wonderful self. You see, fool is F-O-O-L, feeling outside of love, which is a feeling that you should know that you can overcome by recognizing that you're always in with the most important love of all, and that is God's love. Hebrews 13, 5-6 says, stay away from the love of money. Be satisfied with what you have. For God has said, I will never fail you. I will never forsake you. That is why we can say with confidence, the Lord is my helper. So I will not be afraid. See, we got other parts of the Bible you can quote. What can mere mortals do to me? Now, I'm not a killjoy. Have fun with the mortals and enjoy April Fool's jokes. But even in the midst of that, of all of that, you can remember to celebrate your gift. And if you'd like me to send you a copy of today's story, again, just email me at sporty@sportyking.com if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn. Drop it in the thread if you're on my website or on YouTube. So anyway, have a great Gift Friday and a safe weekend. I'm Sporty King. Ciao. No fooling.